like bad. He didn't lose his finger, but he's in mortal pain, so that's not good. So he's a one-handed guy, and it was his index finger on his right hand. So he's a right-handed guy, so probably the worst part is wiping, is my guess. Today on In the Wood Yard, I got a load of hickory in the trailer and it needs to get put in a bin. It's bin time. Here we go. I just backed up the trailer to the bin here, and I threw down some new pallets before, and now I need to attach the sides. So for those of you that haven't been here, I'm using 17 gauge electric fence wire, and the reason I'm using it is because it doesn't rust. It's plenty strong. It's cheap. You can get a 1/4 mile roll, so that's 440 yards or 1,320 feet, is that right? It's a lot, 1/4 mile. And I'm just attaching the tops and the bottoms and the corners basically. And then I run a piece across the middle. I don't know if you can see it, there's every pallet or so I run a piece from side to side, just kind of keeps them upright, and it works really good. So this does take a little bit of time to do this, but it saves me a lot of time as far as stacking. The bin system that I'm doing now, I can do a whole load like this in about a half hour to 40 minutes by myself. Bird helps a lot though, so we can get it done a lot of times in 20 minutes. So 35, 40 minutes is kind of average. I think the fastest I ever did was like 29 or 27 minutes, something like that. And if I was to stack this load, because there's almost 2 full cords in here, for sure it's 5 face cords. I can usually stack, if I go as fast as I can, it takes me about an hour to stack a face cord. And that's just the stacking part. I still have to get the pallets down, line them up and all that kind of stuff. So it's saving me a lot of time. And in a year, I figure this is going to save me weeks of work, weeks. And because it's loose, it's not stacked tight, because everything's, oh, you got to stack it to dry it. But think about it, if you stack your wood in full cord slabs or chunks, or what would that be, rectangles, so it's 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, 8 feet long, 128 cubic feet, you're putting them in tight on top of each other and end to end tight. So I think this is going to get more air. Yeah, it takes up a little bit more space, but this is going to get more airflow because it's loose. Because you lose about 20% of your volume like this. But I think the wind and the sun can do its thing much better like this. I'm off the ground, the sides are open because it's just pallets, and we're going as high as we can throw or reach. So it's, I don't know, 8 feet high, 9 feet high, whatever it ends up being once we get, to where we can go up. So we're going to tie this puppy on right now. I suppose I could call it a kitty, but it's a puppy. So we're just gonna go like this. And I already got one on this top edge here, so I just slide this up close. And so I just tie one in the corner and just go around a couple times. And there's a little tail sticking out here. We're just gonna twist it on like this. There we go. And here's my snips. So I'm going to cut this off, and this I can use down over here. And over here I don't have an extra bit, so I'm going to use it over here on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is go around these two because they're next to each other. I'm going to cinch this one off. It's that easy, and then we're going to go around this one. Like so, and then I'm going to go back up to that same one I started with, and then I'm going to cinch down on that one tight, so it just tightens everything up by pulling down on it. Now I'm even going to go over to the one next door. I go on that one, and we're going to go back over here. So basically I just kind of go back and forth a bunch. Pull that one, get it nice and tight, and then I'm just going to do a bunch of loops on here. Kind kind of just using it almost like you're sewing. And yes, I know how to sew. I have fixed many pairs of gloves, socks, and coats and things like that over the years, so they're a little bit extra, and just tucking it there, and that's on tight. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to put this one on the bottom right here. So again, all I'm going to do is going to go around from underneath and then over the top, like so. Just going to twist it on, and then that one will be on. Then I'm going to do the other side. Then we're going to run one from the left to the right side across the top. So I run these up so that they're the 48 high. Most pallets are 40 by 48, at least the standard size. I mean, that's pretty much standard. But I go the high side up. I'm just going to tie these two together. And I'm going to come back down, pull that tight, go back down around to where I started. Give that a good pull. There we go. Now she's tight. And then I'm just gonna twist this to where I started. And then we're gonna snip off the extra and then tie the bottoms together. So when you tie the bottoms together, I also tie it to the bottom. So it's tied down here and to the one next to it. So then they're tied together, and each corner is on the pallet that's underneath. So not too difficult. I don't think it really matters, just as long as you get it so that they're together. And then we're gonna cut this one off, and then that one's done. And then we're gonna come over here and do the bottom. Pull it out to the edge. Give it 3-4 twisties. And we're gonna go back around and under. Pull that tight, and I'm gonna come back up to where I started. I'm gonna tie that together again, like that. There you go, and I just stuff the extra in there. I might be able to use that for the next one going over. There you go, and all I got left to do is the top. I'll show you that. So then on the top, my last one was over there, so I'm gonna take the next one right here at this joint and go across. So pretty much at the joints is where I've been attaching, as I figure that way both of them are together. I'm just gonna go right where these two were tied together originally here. So it just gives it one more layer of strength from them pulling apart. So basically I just do one strand across and just kind of walk it over, make sure I got enough. And I leave it so it's got a little bit of play so it can stretch out a little bit. So we'll give it about right there. And I'm gonna go right at, see, that was at that joint here, so we're gonna go right to this joint here. So it's just gonna be kind of close, but that's okay. And I don't get it super tight, I just get it so it starts to not sag, and that's about it. And then we're gonna twist it. And then this next section is all done, and I can start tossing. I suppose you guys can't see from over there. There you go. See, I just ran over to here, twist it on. Good enough for government work. And then the next one would go here and there. So we don't put them on every single section, but quite often. Let the chucking begin. Mr. Woodchuck. There it is. The hickory is in the bin. That took 45 minutes. Well, about 50 minutes. Bert stopped and talked for a while. He got a little wound on his finger. I'll show you a picture of it right here. Not good. He got his finger caught between a pulley and a cable, and then he had to try to get it out himself. Not good. Like bad. So he didn't lose his finger, but he's in mortal pain. So that's not good. So he's a one-handed guy, and it was his index finger on his right hand. So he's a right-handed guy, so probably the worst part is wiping, is my guess. Okay, that's in. Let's go do some splitting. There they are, waiting to watch. Waiting to watch wood get split, because that's what they're good at. Okay, I got everything in place. I moved the splitter up by this pile here, and I got it so that I can just go behind, grab, set it right here. I put the elevator this time at a 90 degrees so it can slide right off the end and then go up, and I got the trailer over there, and I don't think it's going to be more than a half a trailer load full, so I should be able to do it in one shot without having to move the trailer. So everything's ready to go. It's got to plug in the elevator, start up the Eastimate Ultra, and start splitting. Here we go. What was once there is now there. The hickory is done. Well, the hickory that we had cut and partially split, so a little more than I thought there was going to be. That happens all the time. You always think, oh, there's just a little bit, and then you start splitting, and it's like, wow, it's more than I thought. But I got it done. So tomorrow I'm going to clean all this stuff up, put that in the bin, add onto the bin, and then put that in there. And then there's a good chance I might start on this stuff here. So there is a lot of hickory in here, and there's a lot of oak in here. So I just got to decide how I'm going to do this, because I do want to separate it. I'm just deciding, should I separate it first? You know, spend the time and go through and take the hickory out, put the oak on one side, hickory on the other, and do it that way. I figure right now I got about 5 full cords of hickory. That's my guess, somewhere in there. 5, somewhere in there. Could be a little less, could be a little bit more. But there's a bunch of hickory in here, and like this is hickory, that's hickory, that's hickory. There's a bunch of it in here, all through here, and then a lot of this, probably half of this pile right here is hickory also. So there's a bunch of hickory here. So it's just a matter of deciding how I want to do it. You guys should tell me, what should I do? Should I separate it all or just separate it as I process it? Because I want to start processing as soon as I can on this stuff to get it done, because there's a bunch of oak in here and that will take a while, and so does the hickory take a while to dry. And right now it's, you know, still the end of spring, and if I get this stuff split down small enough, get it out in the bins, hopefully by late fall this will be ready to go, because it is so dry here. Stuff is drying really nice in the bins. I've been checking it way faster than anywhere else I've ever had wood. So we're gonna see what happens. Look at who came to visit. There's one. There's 2. Here's 3. But these are the best ones over here. Look at here. There they are, all 5 of them with Mama. We got a new batch that's going to be here any day now. Here's the new Mama, almost new Mama, but look at her. Look at the tank. She's a wide body. She's thick, very thick. It's like you swallowed a bunch of inflated wood ticks. Oh, that is just hard. Oh, she's got a burr on her tail there. She's going to have babies any day now. Well, there you go, folks. That's it for today. You know what to do. Poke the buttons. I'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Another video for you. I think we're going to start working on this stuff right here. It's very possible after the cleanup. Come on back. It'll be fun. See you tomorrow, 5:30. Good night, Irene. So here's the box Emery had sent from Chewy. It's pretty heavy, so I think there's a bag of kibble and then a case of the canned food too. They love the canned food. The kibble's always out, but they always scarf up the other stuff first. So box may be heavy. It's not maybe, it is heavy. We're gonna go take this into the barn and open it up. All right, 40 cans of shreds. They like that stuff. 22 pounds of farm favorites. Mama cat here. Look at how wide she is. That is a full belly. I mean, it's just tight. You touch her, it's just tight. And she's hanging low to the ground. Oh, and here's Mr. Gray. Have to get him some. So I opened up a can of the pate salmon dinner. This seems to be their favorite. Okay, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna put it in the usual spot. This seems to work good because they can all get at it. The frenzy has begun.